our reporter Lerato Fekisi is in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape to give us the latest in Gqeberha. Of course, Lerato, it's been a very long day. There's 4 hours, well, just under 5 hours really left of voting. How have things been there? What are people telling you?
I think it's only now, Unati, that people are coming out to go and cast their votes, because earlier this morning when we went to the township areas, the lines were pretty slow, and then we got to Motherwell Township, one of the biggest townships here, and the lines picked up. But now, because like you're saying, it's a few hours before the voting polls close, we have seen a lot of people now come out in their numbers to cast their votes. I think the number one thing, Unati, that we are picking up from the voters is that people are tired of empty promises. They want better service delivery. They want ethical, good governance or corruption. And above all, in this specific metro, they want unity, because you understand, Unati, the reason why perhaps service delivery has been hampered in the metro is because of the instability that we have seen within our local government here in this metro, because in the past 4 years we have 3 or 4 mayors coming in, and that unfortunately, Unati, trickles down in terms of service delivery. But let's just take a walk now. Where we are, Unati, is called the northern areas. This is a stronghold of the DA for a long time, and many people are saying, analysts are saying, that if the DA can by any chance clinch a good majority here, they'll stand a good chance of getting the majority of votes here in the metro. But also, not here, this northern areas is also quite synonymous for gangs. I think there's no party over the past 4 or 5 years that's really been able to deal with the systematic issue of gang violence here, because beyond it just being a socio-economic issue, it's a deep-rooted system that's operating here. And people here are saying anyone who comes into power now must, yes, create jobs, must, yes, bring better housing, electricity, but above all, try and fight the gangsterism that is ripping the specific area. So that's where we are now, where smaller parties are also trying to find their stake here, because the PA, we are also aware, is trying to find their stake here. Ma'am, you are here to vote today. What changes would you like to see here in the northern areas?
No, I don't like to speak.
Oh, she doesn't like the television. Oh no, someone who's camera shy. Let's try find someone else. Hello, ma'am. You are here to vote today. What kind of changes would you like to see once you've cast your vote?
Service delivery, serious service delivery. We are struggling with potholes. Me, I'm a driver, so daily we are facing with potholes. Yeah, there's so many shortages. We are so behind in this metro.
Do you still feel, obviously you are in line and you want to vote, and you still feel that the voting power still lies in your hands, that by casting your vote, even though you voted over a number of years, that your vote can still make a difference?
I'm really skeptical. It took me really whole morning I was contemplating. I only came for the mere fact that I don't want my the wrong party to win, because I know I'm a registered voter, and if I don't vote, it might end up my vote is going to the wrong party. That's the only reason.
A resident here saying that earlier this morning she wasn't sure she wanted to vote, but now she's here to vote, and she wants to make sure that her vote makes a difference, because should she not vote, then the wrong party will come into power. Let's talk to this gentleman and ask him exactly. Sir, you're here to vote. What are the challenges that you're facing here in the northern areas that you're hoping your vote is going to change?
Service delivery. Yeah, that's all I can say now.
Service delivery.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
Lastly, sir, you're also quite vocal, and the issue of gangsterism, how bad is it here?
I don't want to talk about gangsterism here. I want to talk about God here. We're leaning on the arm of flesh. You know why these people is standing like this here? Because this wall is a voting station, and the IEC didn't make provision for those people to be housed temporarily. That's why all these people is standing like this. You see, ma'am? And the other issue of unemployment, I want to speak about. Hulle kyk hier agter ons. Ons vote ons jaar in uit. Vote ons. Kyk hoe lyk ons area hierso. Hulle lyk nog soos die apartheid area. But ek hoop maar nou alles gaan verbeter nou. Maar ek sal like man, hulle min vir die mense na kyk, na die mense, dan sal die mense wat die buitekant staan wat vote, gaan nie so queue hier nie. Is almal homeless mense. En ek volunteer hier van laas jaar af al hier by die shelter. Ek is 'n party agent nou vir die DA. Maar ek werk met hy mense, ek is unemployed. Is beter vir my om in hy mense te werk, dame. As homeless mense, hy het 'n hart vir mense. Maar as die IEC provision gemaak het vir hulle, ne, wat homeless is temporarily, dan het al die mense, including myself, hier gewag om te wou daar nie. Ek verwag man hulle moet kyk na hy mense aso. Asseblief dame.
Well, that was a resident here who stays here in Gqeberha, just speaking about the issue of unemployment, also saying that where we are is actually a home that houses people that are homeless, and saying that the IEC did not inform them in time that they're going to use this place as a voting station. He says for years he's been fighting for the people here, and for the IEC to come here and take over this place without his permission is also not right. But issues coming out here more than anything else is the issue of youth unemployment, and people are saying that perhaps if the youth unemployment is addressed, then things such as gangsterism and also the poor state of governance here must also be addressed. So those are just some issues coming here from the northern areas. We'll be crisscrossing across the metro to find out exactly what other issues are here, but I think number one, people are saying here, unless jobs are created, not only jobs for the sake of creating jobs, but jobs that speak into the economy for 5 to 10 years time, sustainable jobs for our young people is the key to taking the metro out of the slum it's currently in. For now, let's go back to the studio.
Lerato, perhaps before I let you go, I mean, one of the things that I've been picking up, is that not a lot of people are excited about these elections. Not a lot of people are coming out to say, I want to vote for my party. In fact, some of the people that you've even spoken to don't even know who to vote for. They'll probably come into that booth and then only decide. What are some of the things that you are picking up in some of the areas that you've been to? Because, we know that area is also a highly contested area in terms of some political parties that want to get another stronghold in that area, in Gqeberha especially, and obviously the Nelson Mandela Bay.
I think your views, Unathi, are spot on. Just to quote you, there was a gentleman who interviewed in the northern areas earlier on, and he's saying he's an elderly man, and what he wants to leave behind is a good legacy for his kids. And he said that while standing in line, he didn't even know who to vote for. He then got the ballot papers, and he says no one in the ballot paper appeals to him because no one there speaks to him about the issues of service delivery affecting his area. And he said that he just cast his vote for whoever because when he looked through the paper, there was no one there that appealed to him in a strong sense of someone who can actually really deal with the issues facing people here. So I think you're spot on, Unathi. The majority of people spoken to, whether they are in Summer Strand, whether they're in Motherwell Township or in Vierplaas, really apathetic, really saying, you know what, I'm here because I don't want a certain party to win. I don't know who I'm going to vote for, but this party mustn't win. And that's why people are out here, because it's more about making sure that this party doesn't win. But in terms of really having confidence that can the party I'm going to vote for being changed, people are really not sure.